Makers, the final frontier. These are the adventures of the YouTube channel Little History. Its eternal mission to explore strange new models, to seek out new kits, new brands, to boldly go where no scratch build has gone before. Show. We have a full house tonight of excellent modelers. I'm going to introduce you to them all right now. Here we go. GMC Joe, would you like to say hi to the audience, please?
Good evening.
John Alex, say a big hi.
Hi.
Hello. Bob, say a big hi.
Hello.
I'm Peter from Oscale Modeling.
Good day, everyone.
Dave, welcome aboard, my friend.
Hey up, everybody.
And first, I better get a move on because we have got expecting some more guests. So first in line tonight, we have John Alex Scale Modeling. John, what have you got for us?
Let me switch my camera to the one that is pointing down on the mat and put my light on so that we can see. So I got my three most recent builds for these genre. My armor, my car, and my last plane. So the last plane I did that I completed was the Academy. This is the 148th A10-2C. I believe this came out this year. I think this is a 2023. Really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed this build. It went together extremely well. You know, kind of typical Academy instructions. However, you know, there's slide molding. The fit was fantastic. The decals were state of the art. And you know, as a plane, it just went together extremely well. The nacelles are there. These are one piece. So there's no seam line, but there's you still have to. there is a line that you still have to deal with. And yeah, so this was a really nice build. I just want to show these three. I'm just going to talk about one of them. So I'm going to move. I'll move that off. My last car build. I hope the tire doesn't fall off. It fell off when I brought it back to
this. Is one of the hazards of manhandling, you know.
Exactly. It's this tire. Anyways, this is the Tamiya 125th Mazda. It's boxed as the Roadster RF, otherwise known as the Miata MX-5. I built it as the Japanese version. You know, right-hand side driver. This is all done in ProScale paints. So the interior and the exterior are ProScale paint systems, as well as their 2K system.
Can we get a close-up, if possible?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll bring it up. Yeah, it's
I'm just getting some screen grabs, so keep on spinning around. Give her a twirl. Excellent.
Nice.
That does look awesome.
It's a absolutely gorgeous.
There's something about Tamiya. Whenever somebody mentions Tamiya, I feel like bowing because it's one of those model companies that does very little wrong, and they've got such a huge range.
Yeah, this is relatively new as well. This tooling. But I think what I'm going to talk about is this. This is also Tamiya. This is their A34 Comet, which came out, I believe, maybe last fall. It's a model that I watched folks, unbox and build and have a wonderful time with. And there was just this praise. And it wasn't until this springtime that, I was looking for a new armor kit to do after I did that one E100 for a group build. I said, hey, I've been wanting to build that. So I bought this. And I must say, this was, as engineering goes, the finest engineered kit that I have built so far. I built my first model in '73, and this is a kit that literally fell together.
Wow.
And they provide a template for the tracks. They supply the tracks in sections. So this section here, that's one piece. This is one piece. The curved, those are individuals, and so you put those on. This is one piece here that's coming like this, and then this piece, and they molded in the so they molded in the sag. You see the sag?
They put some real thought into that, haven't they, to make it just a little bit easier for the modeler to get those tracks on.
Absolutely. And so they provide an indexing pin on this that fits into this roller. Yeah. So you just cannot get it wrong. There's nothing in the interior, but that's okay. I've battened down the hatches, so you can't really see anything. Everything was primed in Mr. Color. The black.
Weathering on there. So what did you use for the weathering?
Yeah, so it's Mr. Color. So the base color is Mr. Color, dark green. All right. And so after priming, I did some pre-shading. And I did pre-shading with their gray, with their Mr. Surface, their 1500 gray, just some modeling. And then I lightly laid down the base coat of the dark green to not completely cover it, so you could still see a little bit of the modeling. And then over that, I added increasing amounts of sea gray, actually, to this dark green. And then within the panels, I started to highlight. And I think I ended up with 3 different. The last one I used just on the like the ridges, the real high points. The little bolts or whatever. That I did with a brush. And then for the weathering, I used a mixture of I guess it's MIG or AK, the dust and dirt deposits, which I really like. I think I used a combination of dark earth and their light dust. Yes, dark earth and light dust, the deposits. And then I used powders, pigments. And again, those are a combination of Vallejo and the AK or MIG powders. I have the corresponding dark earth and the light dust powders, but I also used like dark steel. I used, they have what they call a carbon black. And then, after the dust and dirt deposits and before the pigments, I applied a acrylic wash, like what Laser Creation World does. I mean, that guy is an absolute wizard, and he has really turned me on to these acrylic washes. So I use the Tamiya acrylic dark green paint and I mixed it with buff. So I actually about 50-50. And so I gave it a
It really
wash.
makes it pop. It really makes it pop. Now you've got a close up. Everyone can see that. That's just gorgeous. Don't mind me asking, what was the cost in the US of that particular model?
I want to say not that much. I don't remember. It was certainly under. It was under 50. 30. Is it 35? 40? I don't think I paid more than $40 for it. So
That's around about 22, 23 pounds in the UK. So that's pretty decent for a model of that size, and
yes,
especially by Tamiya.
so it was like 35.
I'm trying not to let my Tamiya zealotry get through.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Tamiya as well, especially their customer service is fantastic. So, and then the tracks I did with, of course I didn't. You can see where I was practicing some stuff. The tracks I painted, of course, in the 35. Thank you, Crazy. It's just a combination of, I just layered and layered and layered. There's some steel, dark pigment steel. So it's a combination of paints and the dust dirt deposit, the pigments, and maybe a little bit of a rust wash. And those would be Vallejo rust washes. So not too many decals. That's about it.
I am jealous of your painting skills, sir.
Thank you. This went together really well. I was extremely pleased how this sort of ended up. Everything just ended up really nice. So anyway,
That was good.
that's
Really.
that. That's my show and tell. My
Any
comment.
questions? Any questions from the panel there on John's tank?
Please feel free.
Just superb.
In the
That's
meantime,
all I can say is brilliantly, absolutely brilliantly weathered as such. Not many modelers get the weathering right.
What was the scale again?
this is 135th.
That's a big
135th, yeah.
A big model from 1 to 35.
It is, yeah.
A good source of weathering stuff is to go to the ladies' beauty aisles at your local discount store and get your eyeshadow.
Do you know, in the last couple of weeks, so many people have been recommending
And
going
a
to the
lot of
beauty
the
aisle.
rust
Yep.
and costumes and
John,
steel
Alex,
colors and the
superb models there. We're going to move
doors.
swiftly on.
It's the exact same thing.
John, Alex, superb models there. Thank you for showing those. I'm going to move swiftly on because
All right, sounds good.
building. Thank
Sounds-
you, sir. Excellent.
Thank you.
Joe, are you ready for us? What a-
Sure am. So I figured I'd start off with some of my trash art here. It's a for Halloween. So using scrap metal, this first bug I made was a satellite dish parts. Then I've got more antennas and things.
Great.
Then spiders were table legs and chili cans and pieces of antenna. So I'll show you those real
Well,
quick.
it helps if you can weld, doesn't it? It's a good
I
job.
hope my internet's not too jumpy. So this is the war bike.
Wow.
It's a 1960 Harley Davidson Sportster that I converted. I bought it in boxes and made this motorcycle.
Amazing. It's nice. Look at that.
Beautiful.
So
That's incredible.
the engine's 52 horsepower, 883 cc. So I used just camouflage paint off the shelf. I sandblasted the whole bike when I first got it and put it back together. You can see it's got dust. I brought it in actually to clean it up to get ready to take over.
It's called
The
weathering.
oil tank is in this inside here. You can see the oil lines coming out underneath. So the oil tank's in this ammo box, and then the battery is in the box with the regulator on the other side. This was a functioning motorcycle. You can see the oil lines come down here. I just wrapped them. And on the rear, the fender. Decided I wanted to make the fender look like it kind of blew up. And again, here's where you check your oil. And then the battery voltage regulator are in here. This is a high-mounted brake light. This red lens lights up when you step on the brake.
Looks like a
The
periscope.
seat, I used bicycle springs on the seat. And I used a shelter half. That's like half of a pup tent that you carry when you're in, for the material on the seat.
Wow.
I kind of made my own rear light. You can see it's just painted on to look like a military light.
It looks
And then
right.
licensed.
Everything they've done to it looks right.
The exhaust
Yeah,
is just, it's just open pipes on the exhaust, and I got some flex. They call it flex tubing to go up to the. This is called an iron head. This engine. Let me just set this down so I'm not jumping around so much. This is called an iron head. This engine. Put the pistol here for quick action. You got the 50 cal suicide shift. I don't know if you can see the hand grenade in there. Got a pineapple grenade stuffed down in there ready. The air cleaner, you see the US, that was from the shelter half. And I kept the Harley Davidson emblem. I'm going to be cleaning it up and touching up the paint and stuff. That's kind of why I brought it in. It's it ran, but it was a scary motorcycle to ride. It has front drum brakes, and the drum brakes are very scary. The tubes that I installed, so you see the holes, they go all the way through. And I took pipe and ran pipe through, and I TIG welded around the seam so it doesn't leak gas. It held gas just fine. And then I sealed it with a sealer inside, epoxy sealer. So these are leggings from World War I that I used to cover the the shock tubes. You got the oil pressure gauge.
The same.
Oil pressure gauge. So this year, now I take it with this is a 36 Army truck.
Wow.
Wow.
One of the modeling companies needs to make a model. Out
Let me just get. So I take both of these out. It's a 1936 M1, and I could put the motorcycle in the back, take it over, and the parades and stuff.
Wow.
Is my internet doing okay, Terry?
It's starting to break up as you've moved outside, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm
But
about
it's fine.
done. I think you've seen what I'm looking at.
Wow.
One of the great
There
things
it is.
about what Joe does in his garage is he uses many of the techniques that we use in modeling.
Well, this is a model. This is a model, Terry. It's just a big scale. This is a what do you call it? 1-to-1, I guess.
One
Yeah.
to one.
Yeah.
I wish I had the battery in it so I could make the brake light up, but the battery's long dead. I don't know if you know. I just looked on the front where I have the flags. I have them stuffed in 222 round, 223 rounds.
Oh man, the little details, just insane.
That's so cool.
And then I made that little thing that says HD USA 1. Go up there like the old plates were.
You are getting so many compliments in chat right now. It's difficult to keep
Fantastic.
a handle on them. But
Fantastic.
safe to say,
All
everyone
right,
is
Terry.
just impressed. Thank you, Joe. We
All
are
right.
going to move on to Oz. Peter, welcome aboard, my friend.
Oh,
Peter.
how do I go after that?
I
Hi,
don't know,
everybody.
but I'm sure you can.
Well, on that one, Pete.
Oh, well, so anyway, I'm still alive. For those who don't know, I was rushed into hospital 3 days ago with kidney stones, which I knew I already had, but they decided to become painful again. So had surgery day before yesterday. What they did was they put in a bypass around the stone so that it won't move again. And I go back in next Friday as planned to have the stone removed, and the second stone that they discovered in my other kidney. That will be on. So that's why I didn't do a live stream. I had to cancel that one with Jason model and stuff. But Nigel stepped in and took on the interview with him, so that was great. Nigel will be also stepping in and doing my time slot for the stream next Friday as well. But for my show and tell, I bring along this. So I built this, the GMC Bofors Hobby Boss 135 scale 40mm gun. This is built as a tribute to a modeler who had a YouTube channel called Jim Steen, who passed away, unfortunately, a couple of months ago now. And a group of us got together, including Nigel and Jason and Jeff Donahue and a few others, and we decided to put together the build that he never finished. So on his channel, he never got to complete this build, and he was a good friend of mine. He lives in Thailand. That's how I met him. He was quite an inspiration, and I guess I was an inspiration to him too. So I went ahead and finished it. I'll see if you can see much of that. There we go. Oh, the bonnet form is okay because that happens. It's a bit dark here, I'm afraid, but it came up okay. There we go. You can see it a bit better there. So I hope you'll be proud of my work on that. You'll notice the windscreen a bit fogged up. That's because I accidentally did the clear coat with the glass in there, and it fogged up the screen.
Not a good move, yeah.
Peter, that will rub off with airbrush cleaner.
Yeah, I've
done
tried.
it before.
Maybe I should try a bit harder. The other alternative was I was just going to put snow on it and make it look like it's just really in a cold environment.
That turned out fantastic.
On it, well, while I was doing that clear coating, the bonnet, because I wanted to prop that up and have it open because there's a bit of detail on the engine, it fell off and landed on the floor in my balcony there, which happened to have sand on the ground because I was at the beach the day before, and the sand got on the bonnet, you see. So I ended up scooping up some of that sand and just sprinkling it over and just added that to part of the weathering. You just got to improvise when you have to. So it's come up all right, and I'm sure Jim would be proud of that, I hope, and a few of the other guys that are building it when they get. I think Jeff's finished his, and the other guys are still working on theirs. But yeah, we might put together a video showing all our builds together and put that up. And
it's a truly gorgeous looking model. I've got to say.
So
Super.
it was a tricky one to build. The instructions were absolutely terrible. There were parts that the instructions didn't even have an accelerator pedal. So how do you drive it? They were on the screw if you looked for it, but they weren't in the instructions. It just had a brake and a clutch. There were quite a few bits to try and trip you up in the instructions on this. But
sorry, Peter, what brand is that model?
So that's Hobby Boss.
That's Hobby Boss. Well,
my first Hobby Boss.
Hobby Boss tend to do that a lot in the instructions for the ME260.
Yes.
They've missed out so much in the instructions.
Pretty much.
The previous truck I did was a Mini Art one, which was a completely different thing with, how many parts and how accurate Mini Art are. So, yeah. But, yeah, anyway, that's my little show and tell. So, thank you.
Peter, I won't keep you too long because I know you're under the weather. But thank you very much for joining us this week. And I wasn't expecting you to be here, but it's a blessing that you are. Thank you for joining me.
At the last minute, I just took on all my medications and painkillers, and I thought I can do this. So I'm happy to sit in and watch the show too. So we're all good.
Right, we will move swiftly on to Dave from DS Models. Dave, thank you for joining us. What have you got this week?
Hello. Well, a little story first off. So our local bus company, East Yorkshire, or EYMS, the East Yorkshire Motor Services Limited. So in 1988, they bought 19 ex-London Transport Route Masters, and they painted them in their old colours, which is as this photograph here. So my dad being a vintage bus enthusiast, and me, we actually went through to Hull. That's where they was running in Hull in East Yorkshire. And we rode all day on this particular bus. So it's WLT 871, which was 803 in their fleet. So my dad was an East Yorkshire bus driver many years ago, and he used to drive these buses that weren't Route Masters but looked very similar to Route Masters. He was well over the moon that they brought Route Masters back with conductors and what have you, which was an old form of collecting money on your buses, of course. So yeah, and let's bring it right up to date then. Bring it 2018. Hachette, the publishing company, the Parkworks company, they brought out a Route Master model, which was this. So, and this was in 2018. So I said to my wife, because my dad's no longer with us, I said, I've got to build one of them in the East Yorkshire colours. They only come in red, of course. And so they only build them in red. And I said to Christine, I've still got to build them one in East Yorkshire colours to remember me dad, as like a memorial to me dad. And Dennis was his name. So anyway, I did. And if you've been looking at the first series of this show and tell, I think I showed Christine's Route Master on there, which was a Shillybee Route Master. Well, I'm going to show you this one, which is the East Yorkshire Route Master. So here it is, 1/12 scale, and I sourced some transfers from a very, very good friend of mine who sadly is no longer with us anymore. He said he could make the transfers, and they are water slide transfers. And I built it and I painted it in 1/12. I painted it in the original East Yorkshire colours, as per the photograph, of course. So, and every detail is correct. It's got the registration number on, the proper registration number, the proper fleet numbers, and it's got the destination plans on as well, which are the correct route for this particular bus. So to give you an idea of how big this is a standard 1/76 scale model. So, and that is right at the side of there, look. So if you can tell that, that's how big this is.
Oh, no,
so
that's small.
This is 27.5 inches long. Well, if you want a small one, I can do a smaller one as well, because there is a smaller one. So that's
Well, that's just being cheeky in the end.
that's an N scale one. But what if you stand up on there?
Dave,
It's an N scale one.
Dave, if you could possibly, after the show's over, send me some photos of the bus for next week's intro, because you're on very, very low resolution right now for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. It's probably my camera. My camera's not very good.
It's okay.
So,
I'll just tell everyone watching that there will be some high-res photos of the bus on the intro and for next week's show. So we'll get it shown off.
Okay. Well, I've got another surprise for you as well, because I've got this is on a Lazy Susan tonight, and all I've got to do is find the button. It's an electric Lazy Susan, so you just have to wait a couple of seconds to go around. Because I don't do things by halves. The other bus that I'm working on at the moment is the East Yorkshire Open Top Route Master, so which was converted by East Yorkshire themselves. So it's on the Lazy Susan here tonight, and so we'll wait till it comes right round, and I'll give you a quick resume of that one. So I've yet to finish it off. I've got all the panels to put up here, of course. Let's see if I can turn this lazy susan off when we get it right the way around for the camera. Okay, that'll do somewhere there. So, and I've got, again, a 1/76 scale model of this particular bus as well. So hopefully it'll look identical to that once it's done. So the only thing is that's different is that this back end here, because this is a model which is just reproduced in their thousands, doesn't actually tell the correct tail of this particular bus because it just has handrails around here, around the back. So this particular model isn't correct to what the real bus was. So I have some pictures of the real bus, of course, and me and Christine have actually ridden on the real bus as well when it was a topper. And the other story to that is that this bus in real life was one of them buses with a roof, and it was converted by East Yorkshire Motor Services and to use as a seafront service bus along the east coast of East Yorkshire. So just going back to the blue and white one, I've got the original running card for them, the service card, which tells you all the names of all the stops in Hull. And they called it the East Yorkshire Clipper. And this was when it was brought out in 1988. And it tells you all the times and the stopping places and everything else as well. So I got the original one, and I just got a couple, and then I laminated it together so that I can display this with the blue, dark blue and yellow bus. So I think that's about it, apart from the fact that when these buses first came out, they had an original badge like this. A lot of people said that they had AEC badges, AEC. They didn't. They had these buses, these roundel type logos on the front bonnet. This is a reproduction. Yeah, it's not an original, unfortunately. The originals go for a lot of money. And then a little bit later on, the Route Masters themselves, they had one of these on the front rather than an AEC badge. So you'll see that it's the old AEC colours and the old AEC triangle, but it actually says London Transport in the middle. So, and these were put on Route Masters. And again, this is just a reproduced plastic reproduction of what there was on the front of the bonnets. So, yeah. And in 1/12 scale, here is a conductress, and she will be going on one of these buses because I'm going to put some figures on this bus. So, yeah, in 1/12 scale, there's the conductress with her ticket machine and everything else. So,
and I'm sure you're going to be of a great help to Peter from Oscale Models.
Yeah. I really want to put passengers and a driver in mind too, but I have no idea where to get the right scale one from.
Depends on what scale you're looking for.
Well, it's the Revell at
124. 124 scale, yeah. A bit difficult to find at the minute, but unless anybody else knows anywhere out there that can find 124 scale figures that aren't military, of course. Obviously,
well, possibly one of our 3D printy friends.
Yeah, one of the 3D printy friends. So again, I've got this East Yorkshire sticker to go on there, similar to the other one. So that will go on there when it's finished, and I've finished all these panels. All these panels are going to be cream on the top here with a red stripe, maroon stripe because it's in maroon. And this was the more modern colours, was East Yorkshire, but they've now gone on to totally different colours.
So the original base model kit, what brand was that, Dave?
The base model kit originally came out through Harshett Partworks. It was made by the London Transport Board, so and it was then Transport for London, and then it was made by Harshett as well through a Chinese company. So this Chinese company, Transport for London and Harshett got together with like-minded individuals and people who was strong in the community of old buses, and they actually got a hold of the original owner of WLT 857 and copied a lot of the things off the real bus. So what you're seeing on one of these is pretty much as far as near as they can get to the real bus, but in 112 scale, of course. And of course, 112 scale, it's never been tried before, apart from the very odd person that scratch built a 112 scale one. So yeah, they did it in 2018. It actually came to fruition in 2018, but I knew of it, being a bus enthusiast, and I knew that it was coming on the market in 2015. So, because obviously it was quite a long time in production.
I think when a model company takes that extra step, goes that extra mile to actually get the details right and visit the original bus, that says something about the model company's, quality.
Exactly, yeah, the quality control. So I think there's a picture in here somewhere of the original bus. Yeah, it's here in black and white, and then here in color. So that's the original bus, and then they just put adverts on it, of course. But this is the original leaflet that came out with the build in 2018. And now you can still get this bus actually in kit form. You can buy it from Agora Models. So if you want to visit agoramodels.com, you'll find it on their website to this day, and you can build it as a whole pack. You can build it as a part pack, or you can build it 12 months or 24 months or whatever you want to choose. You can have a big starter pack, and yeah, I'd say it's still available now.
I think you've got to give a cost warning with that, Dave.
A cost would be about £1,300. So it's not cheap.
But there again, that's in the same range as, I would say, the Tamiya 1-16 full option range of tanks. It's in the range of a lot of the high-end stuff that we're seeing coming out now. So, yeah, more than worth the money in my book for something that scale.
They're all metal too. They're all metal, not plastic, right?
Yeah, they're metal. Yeah, the only bits that are plastic are actually the interior bits, and then obviously the glass bits. So the interior, the seats and everything, they're plastic, but the hard plastic, good solid plastic. And there's a lot of detail in these as well. You can see the engine, you can see the underneath, the back axle, the front axle. It's got working suspension. It's got electrics, because all the interiors light up, all the exteriors light up, all the lights and everything. And then there's the horns and buzzers and engine sounds and things like that. So you're not just getting a plastic static model, you're getting a working model.
Oh, Dave, I want to see it lit up now.
Well, I can't, unfortunately, because this one's not plugged in, and I've got no batteries in that one. So.
Dave, an excellent show and tell again. Those buses are exquisite. Yeah. And I've got to say thank you for joining us this week. Absolutely epic.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me along.
Anytime. You'll be getting a link every week anyway, whether you use it or not. Okay, moving along. Bob, you've been waiting a long while. Let's get you in. Let me drop Bob in. From the US of A, Bob Busking. Welcome aboard,
sir. How's everyone today? Today I thought we'd go to space for a little while. So we'll start right here. Ooh, the Protector from Galaxy Quest.
Wow, and she's lit up as well.
Galaxy Quest.
That's for those great. In the know, Galaxy Quest is a totally brilliant film. Comedy at its highest form, sci-fi in its highest form. Just
one of the best Star Trek movies ever made.
Yeah, that's not called Star Trek.
In fact, the NTE on the ship stands for not the Enterprise.
Very good.
This was a Pegasus kit, was in ABS, and I did all the lights. Our scratch built all the lighting and stuff on it.
I've only ever done one Oh no, sorry, ABS kit. So all right, yeah, I get you. I thought you were going to say vac form then.
No, these are made in ABS instead of regular styrene.
Yeah. So what glue did you use to put that together? Because I know it's difficult getting ABS.
I used at the time the MEK, the methyl ethyl ketone glue, which worked just fine on it. And it has the well, it's probably stuck. It's been a long time. The command ship from the end of the movie that comes off is separate on it. I've got another one of these I want to build because I didn't have the photo etch for it, which has the full shuttle bay in it for the back.
Bob, we seem to be suffering for some low resolution problems tonight on the stream. I'm just wondering, after the stream, if you could email me some photos of that so I can get you into the photo stream for next week's show.
Sure, we can do that. And there is a video on my channel on building this one.
Okay, I'll steal some pictures off that then.
Staying in space, we have. Let me turn this light on to help. We have our Battlestar Galactica Mark I Viper, but I did this one in a different paint scheme because I didn't want mine to look like everybody else's. So this is the Devil Daggett Squadron from the Battlestar Acropolis, which is one of the Battlestars destroyed in the very beginning of the series in that first episode.
Another great TV series, Battlestar Galactica. Just classic.
Also, as you can see here,
lights up.
The engines are lit.
Oh yeah.
And when we hit the thruster button, thrusters come on.
Wow. Now, did the electronics come with the kit, or did you design that yourself?
No, that's all done myself. The engines are a red, white, and blue chaser circuit, and I put the bulb in so that it actually fires away from the engines onto a piece of Mylar film inside, and then reflects back out. So it's not a direct. No.
Sticking with the electronics for a while, Bob. So did you design the electronics from scratch, or was there a kit available for that aftermarket?
No, actually, what I used was a child's toy that had a red, white, and blue chaser circuit already built.
Excellent.
Incorporated it. You'll never be able to see it on the video here, but the cockpit is lit. Let me turn this light back on. And you can see, I guess, a little bit. The Dratus is lit up in there.
Yeah.
The cockpit is lit, and then of course, we have our
on
pilot.
your YouTube page. You've got the full build of that, and it'll show using the toy to fit all the electronics. And so I'm just wondering if somebody wants to recreate that. How difficult?
Yeah, actually, on the video, I originally was going to use this circuit to light the cockpit, and I had fiber optic, all the red, the white, and the blue, so that all the different blinkies and winkies would change colors. But when I put the pilot in there, you couldn't see any of it. So I decided to pull that out, and I used that circuit here for the engines. And the decals I stole from an F-86 model. Which was
Very
Devil Dog
Yeah,
Squadron.
very sneaky. But this is
I
what we
didn't
love
want
about
mine to
Molly.
look like every other Battlestar Galactica Viper that you ever see with the classic red stripes. So I've got a different red striping here. I've got a star. It's not showing on here. A star pattern squadron insignia here, and then of course I've got the Devil Daggett down the side.
This, I will show you some high-res pictures of this on next week's show. Don't worry, everyone.
And then one more, which is an oldie, but a goodie. Matt Jeffries, Leif Erikson, Interplanetary Mystery Ship, whatever you want to call, whatever name you saw it was when you were a kid. I affectionately call the shampoo bottle in space. That's exactly what it looks like. It's shampoo bottle.
I don't know this model at all. I
It was one of the rejected. It was the tentative Matt Jeffries who designed, who of course designed this ship, which we're all familiar with. Also designed this ship for Star Trek, but it was never used. So then AMT, same time they were looking for things to do, they took that design and came up with the Leif Erikson, and then they repopped it in later versions in a glow in the dark plastic and started to call it the interplanetary mystery ship, and then it came out with the decals for the Yuri Gagarin, which was, and then this one is actually the pirate was captured and turned into a pirate ship. And it's got the little landing craft here on top that I've got just sitting on a piece of guitar string.
excellent.
It's above and then
That's cool.
the landing bay here is on top that's opened up. And it probably won't show. Let me try and do this real quick. This is you glow in the dark, so it made it real difficult to do any seam work on it because any filler would show. So I ended up making glow in the dark sprue glue for it so that there was no you couldn't see any of the seam lines of filler. But then I also to give it more of an eerie effect, I filled it up with LED tape.
Oh wow!
So that it.
That's what the glow is. I've got to tell you, Bob, it's not actually coming out very well on screen right now. And I don't know if
Yeah, I
it's
didn't figure it would. Even in the videos, it's real hard to catch it. To catch the lighting up or glowing in the dark is really hard to do.
I think what I'll do, I will raid your YouTube page and grab some stills for next week so people can see it in all its glory.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll send you a good high quality still of each one too, so you
Okay,
can.
brilliant.
But yeah, so I thought we'd go to space today, so we have our.
Well, it's a very spacey theme to tonight's show. Thank you so much, Bob. It's great to
Very
have you
welcome.
with us, as always. That's Bob Boosking, everyone, for a Rusty Spud Aerodrome. We're going to move swiftly on.
I'm going to duck out, Terry. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too, buddy. Thank you.
Okay.
See you, man.
We are going to Ron. Hang on, Ron.
Yeah, that's me. Don't abuse my
Ron,
name.
I apologize. Here we go. What have you got for us this week, Ron?
I've got two. Like I said last week, I threatened everyone that I'll be showing the HMS Belfast. So therefore, once I've shown you the first one that I've done, I will politely put the lights off and take you across to the HMS Belfast. Right, the first one is the Canberra. Oops, I'll try that again. What's going on here now?
Sorry, Bob, can I just interject for a second? Lindsay, if you are in chat, I have sent you numerous links. If you want to take part, please do. Just hit the link and dive in. Okay, Bob, back to you, Bob.
Right, and we got there. Now, this is a Canberra that I got that I built in memory of a friend of mine back in the South African Air Force. Let me try and get light so that it shines over there.
We want to see the model.
Yeah. That is the original number that this mate of mine actually flew, this particular model itself as well. So I've done it, and I now believe he's late. And yeah, so this is exactly the same one that he flew. And it's a nice kit. I think I stand corrected, but I think it was a Revell kit. And that is exactly, I mean, that's 148 scale. That's 148. And now for the creme de la creme. Sorry, guys, the light's going to have to go off, unfortunately.
Oh, my God.
Dead man walking. Drink, one gone. Oops, sorry. Oops, sorry. Beware. Dynamite is arriving.
I dread to think what's coming.
Have you seen my light?
Yeah, I can see your light.
That's about
Well,
all you
Halloween
need.
is upon us, so
Follow the-
Well, everybody wanted to see it, so I had to get it done. And let me see if I can get hold of the. Yeah, it's there. There she is, the HMS Belfast. All lit up.
Oh, look. Lovely.
So that's the HMS Belfast, and that's both sides. And I don't know if you, well, you can't really see, but the actual waves itself. Let me turn on my big light. Well, I can use it. Yeah. Oh boy.
the adventure continues.
And there we go. You see that looks like the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That was all done with kitchen foil and play sand underneath it to make it look like it was actually wavy.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. That's movie quality, mate. My God.
Well, I told you that was the creme de la creme. So,
Well, I know Lindsay's a big shit man, and he's watching right now, so I bet he's wringing his hand.
oh yes, yeah. So that took me a good, to be exactly the amount of days. Took me a good couple of months to actually build as such. But yeah, it was quite nice. I enjoyed the build. And
What brand was the model kit initially?
Trumpeter.
Trumpeter.
Yeah, and the actual, I don't know if I can get the.
I hear very mixed reviews of Trumpeter, and all their recent stuff, the newer models, appear to be outstanding. But some of the
Yeah.
older stuff, not so much.
Yeah, that's a bit of a pain as such, really, to be quite honest. The older kit, but that kit I managed to get, but what surprised me the most. Let me just sorry. The videos. Not that one. No. Again, I'm just looking for the actual one. I'm looking for is the thing itself. I know I've had it. It's actually it's a video of it. It's because I want it now. It's gonna be hard, difficult to find. Where is it now? Yeah, somewhere. But that is about the best. That's about the best I can get to. It would look like. I'm trying to get the video itself, but I can't seem to find the video. Murphy's Law. You need to find it. You just can't. Or it wouldn't appear. Let me. I definitely got it on video. Yeah. But a lot of people had complimented me on that so much that they reckon, oh, that's damn good. I was like, yeah, it's all right. Like, no, it's good. I'm like, yeah, it's all right. I'm just modest at the end of the day. They're like, no. I said, no, well, you know. I don't know.
So, just while you're trying to find the video,
Yeah.
the lighting on it, I'm guessing you did that yourself from scratch.
What's the lighting is LED lighting. It's actual LED lighting that I've used, and that's all scratch. The whole part of the ocean and that is all scratch built, completely scratch built. Where, like I said, what I done is I used play sand and kitchen foil.
And you're getting a lot of compliments in chat right now.
So a lot of hard work behind it, but it was pleasant. I enjoyed it. So I'm trying to. Can't remember when I've done it such a long time ago. But yeah, it's so nice that I must admit. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it because it was rather very, very slow and painstaking, but I got there in the end, which to me was the most important part, is to get it finished and get it to what I would like it as such. There we go. Oh, here we go.
Oh, wow.
And that wasn't even lit up at the time.
Guys, I've got to tell you, if you have video of your models for any episodes that are coming up, get them on your computer and then you can present them in full 1080 on the actual stream. That's it. That's impressive.
Thanks. Yeah. Because there, I mean, to see exactly how I done the water as well, you can see how I done the ocean there.
Yeah.
All kitchen foil use, and it was nice because it was a challenge that was set to me by a friend of mine. So I said, "Oh, cool, yeah, I'll do it, not a problem." And I really enjoyed it.
Well, Crazy Locker's just done the $20 thing. I'm not monetized, so that's not mine. I don't know who that's gone to.
I don't know. No.
But thank you anyway, Crazy Locker. I don't know where that money goes. I'm not monetized.
No idea.
But thank you anyway. Lots of chat coming through right now. That was brilliant. Thank you so much, Ron.
Thanks.
Again, I'm not going to be able to get a good screen cap of that ship. So if you don't mind, if you could send me some high-res photos for next week's montage.
Yeah, can do.
That would be awesome. Going to move swiftly on because we are very quickly running out of time here. We're going to go over the hour mark easily, but that's okay. I don't mind. I'm here for you guys. Manuel, you've been waiting for hours. I do apologize, but that's
no.
Ron,
he's falling asleep there.
Manuel, what have you got for this week?
For this week at our show, I was going to show my little tanks in 172 scale. Oh, wow. This is the first one. Is this the Panzer Haubitze 2000? In our days, it is the most powerful Haubitze in the world from the German. Wow. In this case, it was in the campaign of the Ukraine against the Russian, sent by the Germans. You can see the detailing.
Yes.
I'm just trying to focus. You can see the machine gun, everything is here. It is 172 scale.
Wow.
You see the detailing.
Yeah.
The mirrors, everything is here.
Wow.
The hatch, I detail the hatch, make the wedding to pop out of the details, the raiders, everything. The
and
rivets.
Again, all hand painted, Manuel.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You see in the rear the system to the gun, everything, the plates. You see the scale of this. Sorry for the camera because of the light.
Go on, focus, camera.
Sometimes I put.
Somebody needs to bring out a camera that's specifically for 172.
No, the camera is good because this is autofocus. It's again now it's with the light. It changes.
That's ridiculous detail for something that small.
You can see the plates, the original plates.
Yeah.
My God, excellent work.
This is from Revel, new
Yep.
tool.
Revel Germany.
Yes, Revel Germany.
Nice.
Can someone explain to me
Everything.
the difference between Revel
You can
Germany
see
and
here
Revel US? some point.
And this mobile, I put the gun mobile, everything, and it turns on to everything.
Beautiful.
Wow. And then on 172 scale, I mean, 135th scale is pretty good in that as well.
Yes, when 135 scale, it's a monster. Like
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
I'm going to build this one too from Rebel. This is another tiny model. This is the M3 Lee from the Battle of Kursk. This is from Mirage, 172 scale.
Yeah.
This everything detail. I detailed the rivets.
Wow.
I created the effect of the bird, the snow, to create the burn in the greenish of the. The antenna here, the storage is everything scratch. With a toothpick, I create the detail of the hood, scratching the hood, the tow cable, everything is scratch. I mean, this is photo etch, the part of the grill.
Wow.
The burn effect.
You see, Manuel, I have the same model, but by Airfix on my shelf. I really want to run now.
Airfix, it have the M3 the Grant. This is the M3 Lee. This is from the Battle of Kursk in Russia. It's from a campaign. They helped the Russian in the first time of the war, because they have very lost. And they have 3 regiments with these tanks to help the Russians. The Second World War. I make this for the Battle of Kursk. I created the effect in the tracks, so with aluminium to create the effect of the metal. And you can see the rivets inside above.
Wow.
The scout. This is from skate to the tank.
Were the tracks and the sides all one piece, or were the tracks separate?
No. This is vinyl tracks. This.
Vinyl tracks.
In this case, this is our vinyl. This is another one. This is a German Landwasser Schlepper. This amphibious from the Germans. They use in the campaign of the Holland to transport to cross the rivers. They have a hook inside here to transport supplies to the other side.
It's not such a well-known model. I mean,
this is from Hobby Boss, 172 scale.
Yeah.
I make here the anchor, the details of the Scott to move to the side. I make the weathering of burn with chamois. It's like a boat. The interior, you can see.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Here the system of the gauge with the little engine.
That's why I'm jealous of you. Want a 72, want a 35, want a 48 builders, because I tend to stick to 1 to 18, 1 to 16. So the amount of variety
the tracks.
Yes.
To create the humidity from to the river in the land.
The road wheels look amazing.
Yes, this is very tiny. You can see my finger.
What did you use for the rust?
The rust I use pigment for my cake. Then I put with a little brush, one by one. Then with a pigment fix liquid, I put in one drop in one, and it is going to fix the dust.
So the pigment was textured.
Yes, it's grainy. It's
Right.
like a powder.
Wow, that looks so real.
I have here for the parts. This is one from Hobby Boss, 172 scale.
Hobby Boss again. The Chinese are just they've just got it.
Yes,
at the
they
moment.
are very, very good detail. This is another one I like very much, the Ferdinand from the battle.
Yes, one of my favorite tanks.
It is from Threads, a new tool.
Kursk.
You can see everything, the detail. The most difficult it was here, the tow cable, because it's going to the back. All of a sudden I must turn with this with a little heat, then to fix here in the front, in the hatch. Everything is here supply tracks,
It's just a shame that actually during the war the Russians
the
could just
wheels.
throw a mine at them.
This is hand painting. All the camouflage I paint with a brush, strip by strip. This is the original pattern they used in the war. The colors.
The
I
things were so.
make some research, put everything like that in the real thing.
Yeah. And the same like the mouse tank. They said the mouse tank had actually been used, but which is not what it was just.
Yes, it's the mouse tank. It's a prototype, and it is another one, the P1000 with a tower from the Bismarck. It's a monster. It's more big.
Yeah.
This is,
I've actually got it. Yeah.
yes, and you have twin towers.
Oh, the
On
Rata.
the other side.
Yeah, the E1000.
P1000 it was the biggest.
Yeah.
They are prototypes, but they are in kits too. Just
It is a testament to German engineering, though, not to get into any kind of politics, but how they kept on designing new tanks right up until the end of the war. I mean, that's the actual road wheels and the drivetrain on that, completely different to any other tank. You would have thought that they would have used the drivetrain off of the Tiger or the Tiger II.
Yeah.
But, no, they just designed a completely new drivetrain.
Yep.
and the tools here, the hammer, everything is here. You can see.
Beautiful. Loving the detail on
You can see the detailing of the tow cable. I put some weathering to create the effect of the torsion of the mat. You can see.
So is that an aftermarket tow rope, or did that come with a kit?
No. It is with the kit, straight from the box. Everything. You see the detail of the cable.
It actually looks like metal wire rather than plastic.
Yes, it look like metal.
Oh,
I use metallic colors to create the effect of the torsion in the metal.
wow.
Really well made. Beautiful.
That's awesome, mate.
Thank you, guys.
This
This is for tonight. This is one, my little Jules.
You got a little battlefield going on.
This is my Jules. I have another ones, but for tonight, this is one.
Manuel,
here's the mouse that I've actually done.
Thank you, guys.
hang on.
I think you can see it there.
Bring in Bob. 1 second.
Let me just move that out the way there.
Sorry, Ron.
Oh,
yes. Great.
The tank that never was.
Yeah.
Exactly. Tank that never was.
Yes.
I think at the end of the war, they found one almost complete one and one in bits.
Yes,
didn't they?
yes, one
Yes, they did.
um,
The original one that they found in the actual in the full one itself.
Kublinka.
That was actually still in the workshop.
Thing is, I can't imagine that ever crawling.
It's a big monster.
It's a monster of a thing. I mean, you think of it, so many people said, "Oh, but they used it." I said, "No, they never ever used it." The one that was in bits was the one that was outside that was actually blown up by one of the bombing raids that they had.
Yes, one of the bombing raids.
Yeah, I know that the B-17s went across. So,
and it was something ridiculous, like 120 tons, wasn't it, or something like that?
Yeah, about 140, 160 tons. It's massive.
Now you can compare with the P1000. It's 3 times this one.
Yes.
with the tower of the Bismarck. Jesus. 2 shots, it's blow up.
It was mind-baffling when they were talking about it. I'm like, and when I read up about it, I thought myself, I thought, wow, I don't believe that. But yeah, it's.
What scale is that, Rob?
That's 1/35th.
Wow.
Hold your hand up next to it.
Sorry?
Can you put your hand next to it?
Yeah. Probably this way, yeah.
It just goes to show you that's 135. The thing is just a monster.
Yeah.
Big target too.
Yeah. And the turret moves up and down, so.
But But
Yeah.
it was still, how are you going to get that to a battlefield?
Good question.
Very slowly.
Very, very sluggish.
Right, guys, let's wrap this up. We've gone well over time, but it's been fun,
Okay.
and I don't mind it going over time.
Yeah.
Let's say good night to everyone. Ron's modelling group, say good night.
Good night.
John. Modelling. Good night, sir. Bob Booskin, good night, sir. He's not in his chair right now, but we'll say good night. Dave, say good night.
Good night, everybody.
Peter, Oscar Modelling, say good night.
See you all. Bye.
And Manuel from MP Models Plastics, say good night.
That very well.
Thank you everyone for
Great
joining us.
report.
Let me go. No,
Definitely.
wrong one.
Hello, what the hell are there?
Sorry,
I'm here. Oops, sorry, I'm laying down.
I am such a professional. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining us on this week's show and tell. We're back next Saturday. If you want to take part, please do email Captain Scarlet at myyahoo.com. That email address is on my About page. Whatever you model, whatever you make, I don't mind. Ping me an email, join us in the green room. You'll get a link straight back to next Saturday's show. I have to thank everyone who took part on the panel this week as well. Excellent models as usual. For the guys with the low bandwidth, just send me some photographs and I will get those put up in next week's intro and outro for the show. Right now, all I've got to do is find my outro, which I spent ages making. And I'm just not right, outro. Here we
Go to
go.
the right and then right to the left.
Oh, dear Lord. I'm so professional. Hang on a minute. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Makers, the final frontier. These are the adventures of the YouTube channel Little History. Its eternal mission to explore strange new models, to seek out new kits and new brands, to boldly go where no scratch build has gone before.